All right, so here we are on Terminus, ladies and gentlemen, and at the 3 o'clock position, we have our blue Protoss player, our defending Fight Club champion, but he is down 1-2 at the moment. He is Liquid HerO. And his opponent, who is up 2-1 right now, comes from the team Empire. Our purple Zerg player, it is VioLet.
Yep, and HerO making VioLet cry right off the bat.
Aww.
I think he was talking about probably not getting his third up last game at all.
Yeah.
VioLet apologetically crying there. I'm probably totally wrong. I'm just making an assumption here.
HerO, though, you know, he'll use every tactic at his disposal, and if that includes
in his
guilting a couple of wins out of his opponents, you got to do what you got to do.
There you go, man. Play to win.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
All right. Well, VioLet has certainly not been pulling any punches. It's been pretty much all on the line for him, and he's been able to take a couple of games very interesting fashion. Game 1 was straight up, but Game 2, we actually lost because of HerO's pretty ridiculous defense. Was a quick Hydralisk Nidus Canal build on Calm Before the Storm, and then of course last game we had the 8 pool, so very wildly different looks that VioLet's been throwing at his opponent. Speaking of wildly different looks, it's going to be Gas First Speedling build.
Yep, that's right. And that's not, well, it's wildly different from his game so far today.
Right,
but
just
not,
a big variation of builds.
Exactly, yeah, and showing why he is one of the strongest players out there right now. You know, the strong players will have a number of different builds that they can pull out on occasion. VioLet, no exception to that rule.
And let's see here now, as HerO eventually going to scout his opponent. He is once again going for a Forge Fast expand. The only deviation we've seen that out of him so far is in the first game, or I'm sorry, in the second game on Calm Before the Storm, where he decided to Nexus first. But other than that, it's been all Forge Fast expands for him.
Yep, that's right. Well, a lot of Protoss players are saying that Forge Fast expand or die trying. It's true. I remember back when I was in Korea, that's all like Naniwa would do. You know, he would like refuse to do anything else in nearly every map.
And, you know, it got him pretty far at, we can remember back at MLG as well in Providence. But, unfortunately, Leenock just punished him for being greedy at the beginning of games.
Yeah, that's the thing. StarCraft 2 is a very greedy game right now. A lot of players are playing very, very macro-intensive openings that could be punished. So once the metagame does decide to start shifting a little bit more, once players do start punishing that again, we're going to see players have to start playing a little bit conservatively. I think we're going to see less Nexus firsting, you know, maybe less 3 hatchery right away from Zerg. So I don't know, it all kind of goes around in a circle, so we'll have to see when exactly that happens. Oh, and that probe is going to get found.
Bye-bye.
Tried so hard and got so far, but
if you continue with Lincoln Park, I am muting you immediately.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, God. Middle school year's coming back to me right now. All
right.
Not
fun anymore.
Double gas up now, as he has already slapped down his Nexus. Nothing really out of the ordinary for HerO thus far. VioLet, though, you know, this is a map with the destructible debris there. It's a little bit harder to take that third when you normally would. Yep. So he's either going to have to make a concerted effort and go through that right now, or he's got something else a little bit up his sleeve.
You know, I think that destructible debris was actually a Terran player that was on this map previously. He tried to build a command center, but he was like new to building. He was like one of the new SCVs, and he's like, this doesn't look right at all, and then he just flew away and left it.
I'm somehow okay with that, though, knowing that it's the Terrans that are impeding the Zerg progress there, even now.
Oh, Zerglings trying to run in, and they do kill the probe, but not before the probe puts down a victory pylon.
Victory pylon. And it does go down, and that will be canceled in just a bit as another probe makes its way out, I assume. It was full wall, getting close, canceled. All right.
Yep. Zealot.
Yep, Zealot in place now. Cybernetic score is done. And let's see how his tech shapes up here pretty soon. As VioLet, on the other hand, is... Oh, yep, we actually have a Stargate out of HerO. VioLet, though, he's just continuing a few links and droning up past this.
Well, I was kind of wondering if we would see HerO's Warp Prism play on this map. This is a map that he loves to do the Warp Prism on, but instead playing the very kind of old-school PVZ from last year, the Stargate tech, coming up very quickly here. No +1 or anything like that yet, so I wonder if he's going to go a little bit heavier on the Stargate this time around.
And where's the Stargate at? Okay, it's inside of the main for now.
Yep.
VioLet has not decided to sack an Overlord quite yet. May very well do that in a bit. But if that Void Ray can make its way out to Violet's ace, especially with Violent, Violent? Did I just say Violent?
Empire.viOLet.
Empire.viOLet. He's actually not. He's just too happy of a guy to be called Violent. You know, if his attention's too focused on the Circle of Debris or something like that, may catch him off guard. But it looks like he already is preparing with an Evolution Chamber.
Yep, Void Ray on the way for HerO, so he is going to lead off with that. And everything actually builds pretty quick out of a Stargate if you Chrono Boost it. So he'll be able to produce Void Ray. Probably see a couple Phoenixes come out from this afterwards, just because, again, you know, there's no +1, so we know this isn't going to be any sort of like gateway Void Ray timing or anything like that.
Oh, you do have a few links make the way out. They did take down those destructible debris very quickly, so decided to go through with that to put up his lair at the same time. And Zerglings are sharking out, taking map control for now. We'll try and test the front here, but there's already a sentry, and there's nothing the Zerglings can do about that.
Do Zerglings really shark? Isn't it more like they, like, I don't know, Wolverine or something? You know, they...
Wolverine?
I don't know. They, like, Tasmanian devil it out. Because they don't, you know, sharks are like, you know, they glide, and they're like that is a shark. That Void Ray is sharking across the map.
I see what you're saying.
Right?
Very, very slow, smooth, graceful, but yet it's very, okay, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, maybe these guys are more weaseling or badgering across the map.
Ferreting,
like
if you will.
Ferreting across the, yeah.
All right.
Yep, opossuming across the map.
Oh, watch out, Phoenix. That's not going to last very long. Down pretty far in health.
Phoenix almost became a dodo. Extinct.
Well, let's see here as this hatchery is not quite done, so the creep thread hasn't started. The Void Ray, is it going to be able to get any traction? No. Now the Swarm Crawlers can actually set themselves down, and that Void Ray is going to have to run away, takes minimal damage. This Phoenix, on the other hand, did take a little bit more, so...
Yeah, flew right into those Spore Crawlers. That was a rough way to start. He's like, oh, man, I have to bring this back to the Stargate, and it's all dinged up now. I'm going to have to pay for this. It's going to come out of my salary.
Just got my license. Dad gave me the keys.
I mean, click on the Phoenix and look at the portrait. He just looks sad. He's kind of like leaning off side to the side. He's like, oh, not again.
Damn it. Why doesn't he look straight ahead? Maybe that would have saved the damage in the first place.
Maybe. Infestation Pit and upgrades on the way for HerO, so
it's true.
We can see the direction of tech he is going for, and in the meantime, I'm sorry, that was for Violet. For HerO, instead, we do see a Robo Bay coming out. So, again, you know, he loves to do Warp Prism on this map. So he may just be going into Colossus like it looks, but we might also see some Warp Prisms. There's a Twilight Council as well, so...
Yeah, it's never a bad idea, especially, you know, a few minutes on, started a couple of Colossi, something like that. Well, throw a Warp Prism in there, throw your opponent off. Divert and give your army good positioning, but
it's been known to DT drop on occasion as well, but it is going to be a Colossus in range this time around.
What has HerO seen out of his opponent so far? As that Phoenix did take a little bit more damage. Looks like he has not seen the Infestation Pit quite yet, but yeah, really actually doesn't have much more of a clue of what's going on than he did before.
Violet getting those passionate glands upgrades.
Oh, the passionate glands.
The passionate glands for the infestors.
Oh, frustrating. Got to leave the creep tumor with just one hit point there.
That does hurt.
Passionate glands.
Passionate glands.
Passionate glands on sale in Terminus.
That's right. Pathogen glands don't, you know, really sound very appealing. I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know if I want passionate glands, though. The two words are not fair. They're kind of mutually exclusive, you know?
Well, with the Calvin Colossus product line, you definitely need something that evokes the emotion and the feelings and drama of, I don't know, like a spring day.
A spring day. Passionate glands.
The passionate glands. Spire on the way as well. And a hive. So, yeah, we're going to see some... Broodlord Infestor, it looks like.
12-minute high tech, though. This is, of course, come at the cost of a little bit of supply, but he is going to have an insane army if he's able to pull off that tech and just sit for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he would have gone for that roach type of thing that we usually see, well, that's just sad.
Ouch. Zergling's masochists, apparently, just sitting there and taking it. Observer flying overhead.
Oh, will he see it
on this?
Could fungal it.
He could.
There's a queen there as well, but... hasn't noticed it quite yet. It looks like that queen just going over to that hatchery that's getting ready to finish here. It's about halfway done right now.
And Violet does actually have that fourth hatchery, as you mentioned. And let's take a look around now as HerO is sitting on 3 bases. Pretty predictable for now, though. 3-base Protoss can be very powerful. He's going to be on an enormous number of gates. 10, as a matter of fact. 10 gate, just single robo, but of course does have Blink just about to finish up as well.
Well, he's working on the good old-fashioned Protoss Death Ball right now. You know, he's just going to want to go out and just kill his opponent. And there is the Warp Prism coming out for HerO. Okay, yeah. He really loves using Warp Prisms to harass expansions on this map, too. This is his way of kind of controlling those outside expansions that the Zerg likes to take. I mean, back in the day, a Zerg would take, like, for example, the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock. You know, 2 expansions on opposite sides of the map, just because if one of them was found, the other one would have a pretty good chance to still go up, and it kind of takes advantage of the fact that a lot of Protoss armies are not terribly mobile.
And this is what I was saying before, though. This is usually, as we see a Fleet Beacon and Templar Archives coming up.
No doubt for Phoenix range.
Oh, no, of course. Not a mothership against the eventual Broodlords. No, just for Phoenix range. No, but I mean, this is what I was saying before. It's you know, HerO, he's very much like him to produce a couple of Colossi and then put up a Warp Prism afterwards, and that's a good key that he wants to attack pretty soon, because he'll distract with that Warp Prism, and he can do a lot of damage right up the front. God, producing so many gateway units at a time. Looks like it's just being used as a mobile pylon for now, though.
Yeah, that works too.
Yes, it does. All right, first 8 Broodlords are coming out right now at the 15-minute mark. However, the space is under fire for Violet. He is counterattacking, though, with a bunch of Lings, but the Lings were initially put in check here. Looks like a full wall going down. Only a few Lings have actually gotten in, but this hatchery may still die.
Yeah, it's a rough position for Violet. He needs to kind of buy time for his Broodlords to get out. He needs some more Corruptors as well. What's the Infestor count right now for Violet? It is 6. Okay, so he's got a good amount of Infestors. They probably do have quite a bit of energy as well. So he's still in pretty good shape despite losing that base.
And we do have a mothership making its way out, so already, before 16 minutes into the game, we have Broodlord and Mothership. These guys not messing around on Terminus, like, okay, we know what's going to happen. All right, here we are, guys. Look at the way these Colossi are just tearing through Zerglings up at the front, but Funkel's pinning down a lot of those gateway units, allowing the Broodlords to finish them off in style. And really, HerO has to pull back now until he can get that Mothership out and become prepared for that.
Yep, that's right. HerO getting Storm as well. He's like, all right, so I see you're going to make a lot of stuff that can't really dodge Storm very well. I'm going to go for Storm then. And as you can see, Violet's still making a lot of Lings as well. Storm's going to be quite effective against that composition. Also taking 2 bases at the bottom of the map, trying to prepare for a bit of a later game while pushing. Oh, and there's the classic Liquid HerO warp in the main. Some plus weapon upgrade. Zealots doing a ton of damage there.
Yes, indeed. And looks like these Zerglings are all going to die off. They do collect a Zealot kill in the meantime, but Zerglings making their way in, actually against a wall of Zealots. That was the best possible spot for those Zealots to be. A lot more Warpins making their way in, and these Zerglings are actually just going to die.
Yeah, no kidding. 8 Zealots are going to be able to handle that very, very easily. And looks like the big siege attack coming from Violet at the front of HerO right now.
Okay, well, no cheap games for you guys today. This one's getting intense as well. That Mothership is out. I'm not sure where she's at. Okay, looks like she's just sitting over and starting to move up with the army now. We do have a few Templar that are going to be started here in a second. Still, 40 seconds until a Vortex hits.
Yep, that's right. He's got some energy to save up, but for now he's going to do the cloaking a little bit. And, unmorphing some Broodlords. Yeah, deciding he needs some Corruptors for the Mothership. Good decision there, I would say, by Violet. In the meantime, the Zealots back in the main, still doing damage, too.
Yes, they are. It looks like they may be able to take down a spawning pool as well. Those Zerglings just aren't attacking. Mothership makes her way out in front for a little while, drawing a bit of fire, maybe trying to chase units away due to the threat of a Vortex. But as we know, the Vortex isn't done and the Mothership goes down.
Yep. And the Infestors not having a ton of energy and all going down as well. I think HerO might be able to clean this army up. We'll see. Well, he doesn't have a lot of anti-air, though. That's the problem. The Broodlords still alive. It was pretty close, but there come the Stalkers here. But will it be enough?
I don't know. The Colossi are now falling. The Corruptors not being prioritized, of course, so the Colossi are actually falling pretty quickly. 58 kills on that Colossus. Not quite Bill levels, but maybe get there one day. The Hive, though, is certainly going to fall.
Yep, and Violet not even caring. He's like, I think I can break you right here. I'm going to give it a try. And, I don't know. Oh, the Zergling's not moving up to engage those Zealots. Don't know if he's going to be able to survive.
No, looks like the Hive did actually end up going down there. So Hive went down. The Blink Stalkers finally clearing up the rest of the forces here. And we've almost had a reset, it appears. 99 supply to 88. Players going through their banked resources now. 2 Roach Warrens being constructed for Violet at the same time. And
interesting decision.
Yeah, a little bit. He wants to get both those upgrades exactly at once.
Yep, that actually could be true, honestly. I mean, if you switch over to Roaches with upgrades very, very quickly, he's also getting another lair as well. So yeah, those 2 Roach runs are not going to really do him much good. But You know, I could see him going for burrowed roaches at this point.
Yeah. What a slugfest so far as well. I mean, just these two players really trading blows. Looks like this Warp Prism going to be hard to get any more traction for a while. Oh, just deciding to move away at the wrong instant, and that Warp Prism will die.
Yep. Looks like it will.
Another mothership coming up now for HerO.
Where are those two roach wards at? Are they right next to each other?
Let's see. There's one. And there's two.
All right. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was a mistake by Violet, but we'll have to see. He's producing a lot of Mutalisks, too, as well. Switching over to try to do more of a harass-oriented style. HerO has expanded up to the 12 o'clock position, so maybe those Mutals will be able to do some good there.
It's very possible. And Violet going to swing his way in. Yeah, almost caught the probe transfer. That should cue Violet into another base, and it looks like he is indeed running up to the top. High Templar already warping in along with a couple of photon cannons, but he is going to need more than that to stop those lings.
High Templar.
High you Templar. Just are never going to let me live that down.
Oh, High Templar. Oh, hi, Zealot.
I am going to murder you in your sleep.
Anyway. Anymore. I don't sleep on your couch anymore.
Oh, damn it. You're right, actually. I don't have your key. That could be troublesome. All right, so it looks like he will be able to protect the base and transfer the probes over, but of course the jig is up. He knows that there are bases there. Zealot's actually making their way down to the bottom right as well. He isn't sure how many bases Violet has down here, so he hasn't picked up the one over to the left, but he is certainly aware of ancillary expansions.
Yep. It's true. If we ever do have an IPL drinking game, make sure to have one that says take a drink every time Cat's Pajamas says ancillary.
Ancillary is a good word. I am a walking thesaurus, and you
like
to
go
die in a fire. I am just threatening you so much with bodily harm today. My God.
You're really violent. Jeez. Ooh. I'm just trying to have some fun, man. I'm scared.
You don't touch that.
Hello. Oh, hi, Mothership.
Oh, my God. And now the bodily harm wants to continue. Rage building.
Another hive on the way for Violet. These Lings not going to do a whole lot against this. Yeah, he has to pull that back right away.
Yeah, and in fact, +3 weapons just being restarted again.
Ooh,
there.
That works.
The Mutalisks are taking out the Nexus, proving their might, of course. So, 160
proving
supply.
their might to attack undefended
You
things.
are so critical. I have a pen in my hand, and I am going to stab you in the throat. So,
well, they are mighty.
That's what my mom used to tell me. So,
oh, storming. Mostly stalkers there.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but the supply's still pretty even. Violet having a bit of an advantage now that he has taken out HerO's 4th base, so HerO needs to do some damage like right now. He can't let this game go for too much longer with Violet having the advantage that he has right now economically, and he's trying his best to make that happen.
Yeah, it looks like he has a good chance of taking out this base down here. Honestly, I mean, while production is being utilized, we see some Mutalisks trying to swing into the third there of HerO. While production is being utilized from these, not a lot of mining being done, so Violet was not able to take advantage of those very well. Part of the reason why the supplies are still so close.
Well, here's a big difference, too, is that, like you're about to click on, there you go, that expansion has been up for quite a while, whereas HerO's is just starting. It's only about halfway done. So, Violet, even though he will lose both of these bases, really won't be behind even after that.
And he did lose that Greater Spire, so trying to put that back up. 8 more Corruptors on the way. Ooh. There's Storm hitting a good number of Mutalisks. And,
nice.
Oh, wow, cleans up the Templar pretty quickly. And that's a staggering number of Mutalisks. That's going to be able to go toe-to-toe with those Stalkers.
Yep, that's right. Zerg players are finally realizing how to micro those Mutalisks against High Templars as well. A lot of times what you do is just fly right towards the High Templar, you know, make them storm themselves essentially, and just not turn around a lot, you know, just keep flying in a certain direction, and a lot of times you can dodge storms even easier that way. It's kind of weird. It sounds counterintuitive, but like trying to stop and back up and stuff like that, that's what usually gets you the most hurt from storms in that case.
And Violet is at 149 supply to his opponent's 119. He's up in workers 47 to 39 now, but HerO starting another base finally needs to transfer over some probes, and it looks like that's where they are. Mutalisks swinging back in, though. There's the Blink Stalkers. They're going to start doing some damage.
Oh.
That was a pretty good storm, though.
Nice storm.
And there you go. You were talking about it. It forces him to storm his own units.
Yep, killed his own Templar with that, too. I mean, he did lose a lot of mutas in that case. There was no real way to get out of that easily. Oh, wow. Killing 2 Templar right as they're warped in. HerO, Kadarin Amulet has been out of the game for a while, man. I mean, you don't need to warp those guys in right there.
That's very true. High Templar are sitting on pretty high energy over at the Pocket expansion, however. And so, you know, Violet just continuing to slowly but surely press his advantage as he denies this mining so much.
Yep, that's right. Also taking that 12 o'clock base as well. Man, I gotta say, these players are just really evenly matched.
Yes,
all
they
the
are.
games we've seen have been very, very back and forth, very competitive. Nobody really seeming to have a big advantage in this case. I would say maybe overall Violet's been playing it just a little bit better, but it's not really even enough to make a big deal out of both of these guys. This is such a great match. These guys are really even.
And this could be an interesting engagement as well. Yes,
Yeah.
HerO is down in supply, but catch one good group of Broodlords with a Vortex, and those Archons certainly make a big difference.
Yep. And gets him with the fungal.
Yes, he does.
He's going to lose some Stalkers right there, which he really can't afford to lose. Doesn't really have the money to keep producing a lot of units.
No, he doesn't. More Corruptors hitting now as there are 9 Broodlords out. Well, I guess he does still have 9 Mutalisks still remaining, but not a huge amount of anti-air.
Look
So that
at all those
Mothership,
Templar.
that is quite a few, as a matter of fact, in addition to the Archons that are already sitting there. Oh, able to pick off a couple of Corruptors, though.
Looks like Violet wants to engage here. Here he goes. Does he have any detection? No, I don't believe he does. I don't see any Overseers in there.
Wow, great storms hitting, and there's the Vortex. It captures a lot of Broodlords as well. The Mothership trying to pull back at the moment. The Corruptor going to fall down here in just a second.
Oh, he tried to block the Archons.
A wall of infested Terrans actually being brought down, yes, to stop those Archons. A couple are still there, though. They're going to go. They're just immediately killed. Wow, Violet actually survives with most of his army. He's got a huge, staggering number of infested Terrans still in the air.
Well, those infested Terrans killed those Archons like instantly when they came out just because of that super, super high rate of fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, brilliant little move by Empire to Empire Violet to keep the least amount of Archons in there and also handle the ones that came out even quicker.
Now he's not going to be able to do that twice, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And that Mothership still does have enough for a Vortex when the time comes, so HerO's going to need to blink out of there in a second. There's one storm hitting on a lot of Infestors. The rest of the Infested Terrans getting dropped down somewhat into the Vortex. I wonder if they pop out or not whenever they're done. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it pauses their timer or not.
All right, well, that's not a lot on the field for Violet. We're going to see how much is going to die here once this Mothership finishes the Vortex. There's the Archons. Broodlord's taking a lot of damage.
Oh, man, a ton of damage, actually. Mothership does go down, but the Broodlords are all very, very hurt. Will the Stalkers be enough? Down to just 2 Broodlords as Empire Violet. And it looks like he is slowly gaining the edge over HerO. He's got a pretty decent supply lead after killing that 4th. Yeah, HerO just kind of at that position where it's looking unlikely that he's going to be able to come back in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for him right now.
Yep.
Violet's economy is quite a bit better than his opponent's. We'll see if HerO can make enough of a difference here. But, oh, wow, those are actually fully healed up now. More Queens being brought in to transfuse those Broodlords back to full health.
Yeah, that's right. And, even more Corruptors being made, more Infestors being made. Supply count getting even higher for Violet as his other expansion starts to kick in. Stalkers blinking ahead.
Yeah, it looks like he picks off 2 Broodlords, possibly a 3rd here, but the Stalker numbers are really starting to dwindle, and it looks like HerO may very well go down 3-1 in this best of 9.
Yeah, I think so. He might be at a bit of a deficit after this game. It's pretty close right now, but going down 3-1, that's when you start to get a little bit worried.
Yeah, let's see here, though. He's been in this position before, and he knows how to rally back, but it's still really, really tough to be able to overcome this caliber of opponent. There's the GG, so